Glad I got his booty sweat back in Da Nang.
Facts. Hey, yo! It is the Take It Back podcast. My name's Henry Confidential. That is Jay Burns. That is Jake Tato. We're going to talk about love today. But before we get into that, Tato, how you feeling, bud?
Feeling pretty good, Ski. Life is going in general good. Doctor's appointment went positive today. I did not get a job I had applied for after that I interviewed for, which is the first time I've actually interviewed for a job and not gotten it in I don't know how long. So that's kind of the first big life L I've taken since I've been here. It's a minor setback though.
F's in the comments, boys. F's in the comments.
Yep. Bit of a bummer, but I'm still head held high, rolling on with the process. Everything's all good.
Absolutely. Jay, how you feeling, bud?
Like better than I thought I would be. Like, granted, it's only been like 4 or 5 days, but like I've started to eat healthier. I've cut out fucking soda. We were talking a little bit about this before we started the cast, but yeah, dude, I don't wake up fucking feeling like shit anymore. Like, I have energy, and when I eat, it's not, oh hey, look, here's 2 packs of fucking ramen, let me crunch up and or cook these motherfuckers. So yeah, like, I'm hopeful. Like we said in the group chat the other day, like, I'd rather suffer through a month or 2-3 weeks of just insufferable shit to set a habit to form a better life, to be here longer, because the men in my family don't fucking live long, and I'm trying to be like, fuck y'all, I'm better than you guys. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's I kind of talk about that all the time with us, like as one of the like the 1% in this community of like us, of like talk about movies and like nerd stuff. Not many people are into like fitness and nutrition and just a healthy lifestyle, and it's not a knock on anyone. That's just kind of, when you're a nerd, that's essentially, those kind of go hand in hand. Drinking Mountain Dews, fucking shooting up schools. I mean, all that type of stuff. Like, that's usually.
Hey, what?
Getting pussy.
You just mentioned Tato's favorite pastime.
We didn't bring up the
it's only one. It's only one of the reasons why he's not allowed within 500 feet of a school.
Fucking goddamn Bin Laden. But yeah, so that's one of those things that it's just we don't have that commonality. So it's nice whenever it comes up of like, all right, this lifestyle doesn't need to be and that's a good thing about like just the universe we live in today, like YouTube, TikTok. There's a lot of like toxic culture in that universe, but there's also a lot of positivity, and where you see a lot of healthy recipes and different hacks, or just the concept of Remington James, shout out him. He's like, there's no such thing as bad foods, they're just bad ingredients. You can make all of your food, it's not going to taste the exact same, don't get me wrong, that's the kind of the point, but you can make it pretty damn close. And like we were kind of talking about before, diet soda is a perfect example of like, you might have to get used to it at first, but now whenever I drink a regular soda, I just taste all the syrup, and it's just like, ugh. Like, it's not disgusting, like, don't get me wrong, I don't spit it out like, but it's one of those things where I'm like, all right, it's like a shot, you're like, all right, that was strong, you know what I mean? Versus like regular diet soda, it's just like, ah. And even now, to a point, like, if I don't have a diet soda for a while, my mouth is like craving it. When I have a fountain drink, I literally sometimes go to the cashiers. I'm like, is that regular soda in there? Because it's kind of it's like my taste buds sometimes need to even adjust to the diet. You know what I mean? Because that's just what you're not used to. So it's all it's like craft beers and stuff. It's all an acquired taste. Tato, health wise, how are you going just on certain mini things? Do you have any goals that you've continued? Any new goals you made? Any slip ups?
My main thing is just to stick around 170 and not get like above 170, 175, 180 even. Like, I'm not like worried about it because it's just not where I'm at. But like, being here, I've eaten like a fuckload of fast food and takeout kind of. And I just kind of had to slow on that before it got too out of hand.
Yeah. In your current spot, are you doing more just general moving and like walking and moving around, and especially now that you're working too, more steps than before when all that stuff, like, do you see any difference in that, or is that kind of one of those things that's kind of going under the radar?
Yeah, it definitely has helped balance out the eating I was doing and stuff. Because I mean, yeah, pretty much like I was gaining a little bit of weight, like because I was at like I was at around like 160 when I left, but that was also an unhealthy 160.
Yeah.
Like I was not losing weight in a good way in that capacity. I was stressed out and like obviously other shit, literally. Fucking so I figured about 165, 170 was my actual healthy weight. And
Now,
I got back up to that. Yeah.
At 170, what's the eye test? Like when if you were to just like look in a mirror, booty ass naked, and you just look at yourself, like at 170, like where would you give yourself of a 1 to 10 and just of potato confidence?
I feel very good. Like I would give myself a
fuck
higher
me?
confidence.
I'd
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
me.
I'd give myself a higher confidence number than like an actual the old like than the literal fucking she's out of my league scale. Fucking TJ Miller's, as it were, the correct. Yeah.
You drive a shitbox, but you're in a band. Plus 2 points. You're supposed to drive a shitbox.
On that topic, I should be. Hopefully, if everything goes well, I will be getting a vehicle tomorrow.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah.
Is it something like we've discussed, or is it like someone like you found random? Or?
It is a 2015 Buick Enclave, I believe, Encore. One of the
It's the Enclave's
two. They're kind of like the same fucking shit. Yeah. Yeah.
What color? I'm just curious. Now we're just getting into.
It's deep espresso brown. It's pretty much literally Hershey wrapper. Brown.
There you go. Just so I don't forget about it, Remington James, I just brought up. He posted an Oreo recipe, and he was just talking about, he was pouring chocolate milk in there, and he was like, I dated a black girl one time. Her nipples produced chocolate milk. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, all right.
That's not how that works, bro.
I don't think that's how it works, man. But he also kept saying, God damn, and he's like, never does that. I'm like, he might have did a couple lines of coke before he recorded that video. But Hershey Brown, okay.
No wonder he's lost so much weight.
Looks good.
But yeah, having been 230 and being at 170, I kind of have the luxury of not having to be as strict as Jay does in his situation and stuff. So
and it's gonna sound crazy, but like people in your situations where you guys aren't like fitness and like workout people, you guys are just trying to live a healthy lifestyle. Body dysmorphia is different in that sense, where at the end of the day, as long as you're smaller, you're progressing. Whereas like in my position, people will tell me all the time, oh my God, you look great, or you look so good. In my mind, I'm like, I look like a fucking disgusting pig. What are you talking about? I walk around sucking in my gut because I'm just so self-confident. Body dysmorphia sucks. So it's like, if you ever start working out, fucking try to just avoid that. Like, I don't know how, like it sucks, but I'm glad that you could actually like, be happy and, all that stuff. So, I want to go into Jay's, and then we'll kind of wrap that into the next topic, because I do have a follow-up question to that, but I just kind of want to naturally go into the next topic. Jay, in your current situation, just over on 2024, what's a specific goal that you set, and then what's something that have you like had any slip-ups, and then kind of like what's an update on that situation?
It's not necessarily that I've had any slip-ups. It's more along the lines like I was just we talked about it in episode 1 a little bit, like what our goals were for the year. And I did the prototypical thing that almost everybody does. They set goals for themselves and then they just fuck off.
Yeah.
For a little bit, like, oh, hey, this is my resolution. This is what I would like to do throughout the year. And then like I just woke up one day and realized I was drinking like almost a half gallon of soda at work a day, and I'd started gaining weight, and it's not something that I want to continue. That's not a fucking process that I want to continue. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I quit smoking. Like cigarettes, that's like a giant addiction that a lot of people have. It's been like 3 years. I still vape, but like arguments besides the point when it comes to that. But what it really comes down to is like I just woke up and I was tired of being in the body that I was being in, that I am in right now currently, and knowing that I have the ability to make a change is the thing that like I wake up and I'm like, oh, cool. You know, I've got my fucking meal for today. I don't have to stress about it. I don't want to spend $200 to $300 a paycheck on Uber Eats because there's nothing but a Pizza Hut right next door to my fucking job. And I don't want to eat Pizza Hut every fucking day, 5 days a week. Like, it's easier to go and spend the money that I would spend in like 2 weeks at the grocery store and make my own shit. Plus, it tastes better because I'm a better cook than the people at fucking Pizza Hut because I don't have to recook fucking frozen ass pizzas and shit. No hate to Pizza Hut, but like most of your shit comes in frozen and you just put it on a pizza and you throw it in a fucking salamander for fucking 15 minutes. And then it comes out and it's cooked and then you add butter and oil to it. Like, I don't want to continue to eat that. That shit makes me feel bad when I eat it. And I don't want to feel bad when I eat food. I want to feel like I can fuck the world when I eat food. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it comes down to. So it's like, I have addiction problems. I think everybody has an addiction that they have a problem with. And like, it's a battle every fucking day to wake up and be like, I'm not going to do this. And every day is harder than the last one. But the more and more you take steps forward, the more and more it seems like it's getting easier, even when you come up against challenges. And I would rather face a fucking challenge than just sit down and be like, well, I guess this is who I am now.
Yeah, I also think like situations like what we're dealing with right now with the podcast, or just, you know, just our friend group, you know, in general, just holding each other accountable, keeping it relevant, keeping the conversation going. Like, so there are times where I never want to come off as like preachy, but as someone who's just in a situation where I have a little more experience and just also a different lifestyle of just generally clean, you know what I mean? Like, even all the times I've fallen off, it's more of like I'm just eating like crap, but I'm also living a healthy lifestyle. So it's like I'm never like getting to a point where it's so bad. You know what I mean? Especially in my mind, my body dysmorphia, it's never as good as I would want it to be. And I'm seeing the differences more than other people. But like, so whenever we have this conversation, I just like to bring it up. And also, you know, I just, you know, I'm constantly like, if you look at my YouTube feeds, it's movie reactions, fitness related stuff, like actual working out, kitchen tips, just random fitness advice. You know, that's really all I watch, and obviously random sports related things. You know what I mean? And that's just what I you know, what's in my life. So whenever I'm like, you know, thinking about it's always on the mind, and I feel like, so if I can, you know, do that for you guys and just constantly bring it up, you know, even just a minute or two here, a minute or two there. It just, you know, reminder, because like maybe you had a pop that day and I bring it up and you're like, oh, I was craving another, but I'd feel guilty if I had another. That one was enough. You know what I mean? You're not going to kill yourself over it, but you know, you're also not going to double down and have more, and so on and so on. So I'm just, you know, I'm glad we can have these types of conversations, and I do love that. And it's also a shout out for any of you guys watching. You know, if you guys have similar, you know, situations, you know, if you have, you know, concerns, if you just want advice, like, I mean, that's what we're here for. You know, me from just someone who's been doing it longer, and then these guys who's, you know, living the current struggle of getting used to the adaptation of the lifestyle. Because Jay's proven, he's like, hey, like the fact that you sent a picture today of just your food, I was like, hell yeah, like we'll work on that caloric number, but like at the end of the day, I can already, boom, progress. Like one burger at McDonald's is more than your entire meal that you had showed me, even though I thought that number was high. Whether it was true or not, that's you know, minor things. That's kind of the nitpicky things of where I'm at. And that's why I want to emphasize, like, I'm not trying to get preachy on that end. But anyway, the point is, if you guys need tips stuff, like there's different perspectives of all three of our, you know, levels of lifestyles. Tato's currently trying to maintain. I'm trying to get ripped, shredded, and muscular, and Jay's literally just trying to lose weight. Like, it's literally three different lifestyles. So there's advice and, you know, personality and different personalities as well. You know what I mean? So always hit us up and comment below, like, just your opinions on this. Like, I don't exactly know like what our audience is right now in the sense of like demographic, but around the world in America, being healthy is not as popular as the opposite. So it's definitely a relative conversation at all times. So let me mark that right there. So essentially, what I wanted to transition into, back over to Tato, talking about like just your current like confidence and your body level. Dating. It's Valentine's Day on the day that we're recording this. I'm going to try and get it up immediately for it to be relevant for this conversation, but you know, not the point. Mental health, don't overwork. But anyway, Tato, just because I was going back over to you. So in your current situation, being, you know, at your job, you know, kind of being around people, and currently, you know, being more confident and healthy, how do you feel in the sense of like just you as a man who may or may not, you know, be interested in another person, woman or whatever? And like, what are your thoughts on just like your mindset now and your confidence? Is that something that has improved? Is it something that you're thinking about? Is it something that you're not thinking about, but like maybe in the future? Like, where are you at on that?
Yeah, it's not a super high priority for me right now. It's definitely more in the realm of possibility. Like if something were to happen, cool. I'm not really like I said, I'm not going out of my way to chase it at this particular second, but that might change. Like I said, if I get a vehicle, that will obviously open me up to doing more public social things, which will open up the likelihood of that happening, obviously, organically. But yeah, just before, fucking alcoholic, in no position to be dated. Even when I got sober, still living with my parents, barely having a job, not having a car, not in a position to be dated really. Now here, living in an equitable situation with my sister, much more open, have a job, have a car. Then like now I feel like I am in a position where I would want to date me. I would date me hard. So like,
so essentially you're being responsible. You were being responsible by not actively trying to date. Because don't get me wrong, I know plenty of girls that have dated scumbag losers, you know what I mean? And like, so in theory,
I could have dated had I pursued it, but I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't want to date me, so why would I put myself out there to be dated?
I respect that, because I mean, obviously I know you, so I know that what you're saying is true. Instead of the opposite of like, oh, no one wants to date me. It's because, or I'm single, but it's because I'm doing that for them. You know what I mean? I actually
genuinely like, you know, that's actually me.
Exactly, and I'm glad, and I commend you for that. That's mad respect. Jay, what is your current situation, especially like given all this talk right now about like just your current mindset on your body and stuff? Has it affected dating? Has it affected your confidence? You know,
my man has dating? 8 women trying to shag him. He's the most hideous fucking chud I ever met.
It's 4. It's 4. But like I think what it comes down to is like I've never like. Yes, there is a little bit of like self-confidence issues in like when I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, look, I could definitely serve to lose the amount of weight that I'm trying to lose right now, and it's close to 70 pounds, and that's absolutely fine with me. But like I have always been an individual who has been comfortable in his body. Like, and I say just dumb, stupid, random, off the wall shit. I can like, I'm not Mr. Steal Your Girl by any means, but I'm the one who's gonna make her laugh, and she's gonna remember that, because that laugh will lead to a fucking orgasm, dog. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be that person, but like I am very confident in my skills with talking to anybody when it comes right down to it. Like, I don't have a problem in that department. Like, I have somebody that I'm focusing my time on and trying to grow that, but like there are still people who hit me up. And I'm not trying to brag about it, but like it's there. And like my body does not have anything to do with it. They like me for who I am. Granted, they've seen my body. So like if that was the case, I am a hideous fucking chud, but I'm a hideous fucking chud who pulls bitches. Like it is what it is. I provide something that it seems like a lot of women want, and I am completely okay with that. Will that change when I lose weight? No, I don't think that my level of confidence is going to go down. I also don't think that it's going to skyrocket by any means. I don't think it's going to shoot up and I'm going to get a giant fucking ego. Like, I've always kind of been a humble-esque person. Like, I haven't always been the humblest, but I have always kind of been a very humble person when it comes to myself. When it comes to everybody else, I'll hype everybody else the fuck up. Me, I'm like, yeah, you know, go, guy, fucking golf clap. You know, but
I think there's a difference in like what you're saying, being humble, and also just like you're realistic and you know facts. Like, you're not out there bragging about it, and you're not a tryhard, but like at the end of the day, you know, proof is in the pudding. Like, you know, the facts are there. You know what I mean? So I think that more aligns with like your mindset. You're like, you know, you're not going to neg yourself, but you're also not going to overdo it. You're just right there. Like, this is me 100% of the time. And I mean, that's how it should be for everybody.
Like, the personality that you see me put on isn't like, oh, unless we're reacting to shit. Like, it's not, it's not really like, it's not really over the top. Like, this is who I am as a human being. This is who I am when you see me in real life. This is who I am when I am not on camera. Like, I say some of the wildest, most inappropriate shit on the face of the planet, but like, I am also a deeply caring individual, and I care for my friends, and I want to see them do well. I want to see myself do well, but I'm more concerned about others around me. And I think that goes a long way when people are looking for a partner.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's always something that I pride myself in, the fact that, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are moments of, negativity and stuff that happen, but I do feel like they're far and in between. But like, at the end of the day, I am always 100% me. And me and Tato, we talked about this recently. Like, my issues for me personally, and this is both with men and women in terms of like friendships as well as like trying to date. I'm the exact same way, but via text, it can be construed, it can be misinterpreted and construed like as aggressive, or just in whatever tone that you're reading it in. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how life is. I mean, think about reading a book. 100 people can read the same exact book and tonally misinterpret it differently. So I do feel like that's my issue with text, because I can have the same exact conversations word for word in person, and no one's even batting their eye, like, oh yeah, whatever, that's a conversation. Or they'd be like, I disagree with that, or be like, all right, that was a little aggressive, but nothing I can't deal with. You know what I mean? But via text, it gets me in a lot of trouble, and that's the same thing with dating, even too, because like, if I say something along the lines like, oh, let's watch a movie. Oh yeah, I don't want to watch a movie. Movie sucks. Oh my god, why are you so judgmental? I'm like, no, I just don't think that movie's any good. Like, I'm not. It's all good. Or like, oh, I like Superman. Oh, Superman sucks. I'm a Batman guy. You know, man. Oh my god, I can't like what I like. I'm like, no, it's that I'm just literally just disagree with it. You know what I mean? But they can interpret it however they want. Right. So, but my whole point is, like, I feel like that's something I pride myself is that I'm always the exact same. It's just, unfortunately, via text, it doesn't always come off that way. So like, dating for me, also as someone who like is in the gym and with TikTok and all that stuff, like, creeping in the gym is just at an all new high of just like whatever, like my level. And also my gym that I go to, it's very small scale in terms of like, and people wise, you know what I mean? Not many, there's the word for it, but just not many people that go to the gym. And so like, there's not many options, and I'm not saying in a bad way, I'm just saying like variety. So it's like, say there's 100 girls that go to my gym, the same 100 girls are getting hit on every time, versus like 500 something girls, you know what I mean? The number, you know what I mean? And they're getting hit on by the same guys, because most people. So the whole point is like, I don't go out to the bar, or whenever I do, I also don't live by the mindset of like, I don't want to be the 100th guy that hit on her at the bar. If we brush up shoulders or have a natural conversation, I go to my local bar and I sit at the bar top, and if girls come by, I'll give a look, kind of catch the vibe, and I'll just have a comment, whether it's what they're drinking, what they're wearing, and then I'll just, if they pick up what I'm putting down, we'll continue the conversation. If not, no big deal. Like that, I'm not going to spit game. I know I'm very proud and I have good capable game, but I would rather be more natural than kind of like one of the things where I'm like, oh, because then I don't want it to come off as game. I want it to come off naturalistically. I want it to come off as my personality, and then my personality is charming. My personality is suave. It is all that stuff. But like, otherwise, it'll just come off as a bit, and I like to be genuine. So yeah, dating for me personally, dog water.
Has rearranging your top 100 impacted their response at all?
My top 100 no longer exists. Now it is my S tier movies, which is 60, and
I can't wait to see which ones I can't wait to see which ones drop out of S tier on rewatch. I'm fascinated.
They went. That's why they're there. So yeah, Jay, kind of your talk about it. You go into as much detail as you want, but like your current situation with someone you're interested in, as well as just dating. Like, what's do you have any stories, any dating stories that are like interesting, sad, happy, proud? Yeah.
Like, yeah, but here's the thing about it. This is another thing that I think a lot of people, especially like the women that like I get involved with, respect. I don't talk about it. because it's not necessarily something that is everybody else's business. Like, I don't post about shit on social media when it comes to the person that I'm with. I don't need to put them on a pedestal like everybody else seems to need to do. Like, look, this is mine. It's like, I know what I have, and I know that like we're building something, and that's perfectly fine with me. Like, I know everybody has like TBTs, and everybody wants to sit here and be like, look, I'm gonna post 1,000 pictures of this person, or I'm gonna fucking heart react on everything it is that they do on social media. You know me and my relationship with social media. I don't really do a whole lot when it comes to social media. You don't see me posting shit outside of like links to my Twitch, or maybe like making a random comment on like what is it, seen it fucking, or
Framed,
one of the
yeah.
fucking game, Framed, like one of those games that we play. I don't really do a whole lot of posting on social media, and there's a specific reason for it. It's because social media, honestly, in my opinion, is bad for a lot of people's mental health.
Yeah.
And I don't need 100 people knowing my business. The people who know my business know it for a reason. So like, I appreciate the like question and trying to get like, you know, an active conversation going about it, but I don't speak on it, and I don't speak on it in like, and I know you don't think that this is coming across like a dick, and I'm definitely not trying to come across like one.
But just
like,
via text, I would be so mad at you, right? I'd be so offended, but in person.
But like, I actively go out of my way to try and make sure that I don't speak about it, because I'm only one person in the party.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I don't.
No, I definitely understand. Like, especially like nowadays, like people will post like their relationship pictures or whatever, but like sometimes they'll cover the face. You know what I mean? They're like, I still want to show my happiness, but like, I don't need. It's none of your business who I'm happy with. I'm just know I'm happy, and here's the proof of it. Like now, like you're proving it, but like I want to prove.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something. And same thing with like kids. Like they'll cover up the face with the kids, but they'll post, you know, oh, we're at Disneyland. You know what I mean? I want to have that memory that Disneyland, you know what I mean? I want Facebook to remind me, Instagram to remind me that I had this picture this day, but you don't need the kid stuff, but I'll have the actual non-covered up picture as well. That's kind of like a memory on this day type of deal. Yeah. So I definitely understand that. And it's ironic as someone who's like only had in my entire life. So I've been on Facebook since what, 2010, 2011. I know I was on MySpace for a long time before I learned about Facebook even. So it was roughly around that. So, you know,
I had a top 100. It just kept changing every other day, you know.
Top 8. So we'll just say 10 plus years I've been on Facebook. I think I've only had like 3 relationships combined, and like none of them lasted longer than like a week type of deals. You know what I mean? And that's including my real life as well. So like in terms of me, I don't have that experience in terms of like being able to relate to that and like genuinely deep down how do I feel about it? I just know the social norms or like what I think I would want based on movies, other people, and just my own imagination. So I definitely respect what you're saying, and I definitely understand. So yeah, I don't take that the wrong way by any means. It's just one of those things. I'm always just curious of just like, especially like, you know, in this platform, like what we're doing, it's like, you know, opening up or just being ourselves and, you know, kind of using it as like a vocal diary. So like just whenever I ask a question, I guess I'll establish that now too. Whenever I ask a question, feel free to, you know, decline to answer or decline to elaborate, but don't ever be offended or think I'm prying when I ask the question. It's more of like, hey, that's what this platform's here. If we're going to build an audience and they want to engage with us, they should know the true us, but like they should also respect the fact that you're not going to be 100% transparent about everything. You know what I mean? We're not going to lie, and we're not going to be fake, but there's going to be certain things that aren't said out loud. And then like for me, I'll probably be the most open book because I feel like at this point, you know, it's cheaper in therapy, so I might as well just talk about something out loud and also just kind of let it out. And, you know, maybe I can learn something by talking about it, you know, with other people. So I might be the most vocal of that. And whether that's a cry for help or whether that's just my personality, I don't know, but maybe we'll learn that with this conversation.
But like it also goes, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it also goes to like forming parasocial relationships with people. Like if they know who you are on a certain level and they know who you're with or who you're moving with, like they can, not saying that it'll happen, but people can try to like misinterpret things that you said, make it look like you're a bad person or a worse person than you actually are. And it just stirs up more problems than good. Like That's my whole thing on that one. Like,
no, absolutely. And I guess where I'll I don't want to say argue, but where I'll just like kind of go off of that is like I'm always going to put myself in those positions because I want to weed out that type of behavior, that type of response. You know what I mean? Because I don't agree with that in the sense of like, because I would never do it if it was an inverse situation. I might approach like, hey, I hear what you said. Maybe I don't agree with what you said. Can you kind of explain that? And I'm the type of person where I'll give people. Here's a good example. It's work related, but I work Monday, so we have a set route where it's like, hey, this is my route. Every once Mondays it expands a little bit because there's less workers, but it's also less busy. And then Tuesday through Friday, it's in this square. This Tuesday, I had a couple things up here. Is literally only 4 extra stops. So I just texted my assistant manager. I'm like, hey, what's up with those stops? And he was like, oh, that's your route for today. I'm like, or he was like, no, not for today. He said, oh, that's your route. I'm like, no, it's not. And he was like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, that's my route is this area. And then on Mondays, it expands.
Challenge.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, no, this is your route. But to kind of get to my point, I opened the door. I provided the opportunity for explanation before I made it a situation because I was like, I'm in the right here. Like, obviously, it's my job. We can have the semantic conversation about that. That's kind of neither here nor there. But in the terms of the point of this conversation, I'm always going to open the door for the discourse. You know what I mean? So same thing with relationship stuff. I will provide. I'm not the type of accuse. I'm the type of like, all right, here's the situation. It's all on the table, but it's so straightforward that it comes off as aggressive when in reality, it's just trying to have a conversation. But unfortunately, most people don't just have open conversations. So it comes off as aggressive or it comes off as an attack or it comes off, you know what I mean? And with relationships. So long-winded way of saying in a relationship or in future relationships, I'm always straightforward about my intentions or my thought process and not to like scare away, but also like, I'm not trying to waste time. If we're not cohesive off the rip, then it's only going to get more confusing because feelings are now going to conflict with the fact of like, we're not, is it lust? Is it, all that stuff. So I try and like, I'm not saying I like to move fast, but I like to know earlier than most people. And like, because I'm 100% transparent and genuine about like who I am as a person and my like ideology. So like, I want to get to know the other persons, you know what I mean? And that's scary for most people, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to change that because that's just what I believe in. And I don't think that's an aggressive.
You're trying to become the world's greatest drummer and Supergirl will stop that. We get it.
Exactly. So, there's that. Tato, obviously, like similar to Jay, if you want to decline this, you're totally fine. But are there any stories or things that you just have a topic or a conversation about?
No, I don't think I will. I just genuinely don't have. It's not like that I like. Depending on the situation, I would tell or decline, obviously. But yeah, I just don't really have anything going on. So
Tato's more of a butt thief.
It's a butt thief.
All right. So any other specific topics you guys have? I'm just curious if there's anything like on the top of the head.
I really just kind of want to. Oh, go ahead, Tato. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. Yeah, mine's quick. Can we wrap the Deadpool trailer quick?
I haven't seen it yet.
I didn't watch it. And I refuse to watch it. Like
Okay,
I'm sold. I've seen images and I've seen it flash by, but like I didn't pay attention. I don't care.
I haven't seen it and I do want to see it. So like that's on me more than anything else.
All right, we'll just do that later, Jesse.
That's just how I have a bit about movies, and that's why I'm enjoying like Multiverse of Madness. I love that movie because I didn't go in with expectations of what a multiverse is. Fuck you guys. The movie's awesome. 5 stars.
You think we're getting another Dune? Speaking of movies, do you think we're getting another Dune butthole fucking popcorn container from the movie theaters for Dune Part 2?
I hope so.
We are, yeah. That's a
fuck. Thing. God damn it.
Why? How much you gonna put your dick in it? Like what?
I mean, aren't you?
I mean, I don't like to put butter on my popcorn. It's gonna be a little rough on the edges.
But no, okay. So speaking of movies,
that's the bad thing about the health fucking craze. You can't fuck your food anymore.
God damn it. No, but I thought popcorn was supposed to feel like a warm apple pie. That's what they told me in the movie. That's what they fucking told me.
Challenge.
American quinoa. But no, okay, so like yes, it is February 14th, throughout the world, and by the world I mean the USA. USA. Stop it. Stop jerking off a ghost right now, Henry.
U.S. Wait. That's too
Yo, hey, my guy. No, but like the Super Bowl happened. I don't necessarily really want to talk about the bowl in of itself. Shit was kind of.
That was going to be my topic, so at least just to have it out there. But okay,
yeah. Well, like I mean, we can talk about it. I think the commercials were better than that, but there's just one in particular, and I don't know if everybody actually watched the full length fucking trailer for it. Dog, it is the Paramount Plus commercial. Like, do me a favor, hype for a
Hey
second.
Arnold?
The Hey Arnold one, but have you seen the full commercial though? Because what they showed on TV is not the full commercial.
I saw it before the actual Super Bowl, so I'm assuming that's the one you're talking about, like the full on.
Yeah. Like, well, no, because the full commercial is like 2.5 minutes long versus the like fucking 45-second one that they showed.
Yeah, I've seen the full thing.
So, but while he's getting that, Tato, what are your thoughts on as an actual football fan? Super Bowl commercials, overrated, perfectly rated, underrated?
I think they're fine. Like they're pretty much where they're at. Obviously, for some people that is their thing, and I'm not getting yuck their yum. And I enjoy the commercials too. Like for me, it's kind of an equal balance the whole game. I'm a guy who watches the game and enjoys the commercials. So.
Yeah, I genuinely, I didn't realize it was such a problem, but then obviously social media, so toxic. Like, why is that a debate of like, you know what I mean? It's just so stupid. It's like, it's a once a year thing. It's a tradition. We're just going to watch these $10 million commercials and the game. Hopefully the game's good. Hopefully the commercials are good. Hopefully I'm not too drunk and I don't have a DUI by the end of the night. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. Like, that's Super Bowl Sunday in a nutshell. Like, what are we talking about?
I think my biggest issue about a lot of the commercials surrounding this Super Bowl is that a majority of them were released before the actual Super Bowl, which is a lot of the reason.
Social media is fucking all those types of things up. It's becoming the trailer before the trailer. Like, there's the like all that stuff. Like the TV spots as well as the full trailer. All right, now go on YouTube and watch the whole trailer. Like, it's the promotion is getting so wonky because of social media versus just what ads used to be back in the day.
I do want to ask you, as a fellow expert in the field, Henry, what about the weird Jesus foot fetish commercial?
Did I see that? I know so the bar that I was watching my dad, and we didn't have the volume on too much, so I didn't catch in terms of like I watched all of them, but like in terms of like any of them really sticking, didn't do that. But that's also kind of the whole point where it's like I watch them for in the moment. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, I remember, but I also don't remember not enough to comment. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. Jesus did that. That's why they did it. Jesus washed the feet of the unwashed masses, and then people got all up in arms because Jesus was washing the feet of brown people. You can't get mad about that. It's Black History Month, first and fucking foremost. Calm the fuck down.
I don't know. Dennis the Truck said there'd be a black, bro. Dennis the Truck said there'd be a White History Month too. I'm just saying.
Every other month is essentially White History Month.
Dennis the Truck, you suck. Shout out Ted series. All right, let's give this a watch.
Mountain, the stakes get higher.
Boo, Tua.
I mean, I can't get that thing up there. If it were a football, I'd be
do you have the arm strength?
able to reach the top.
What about a football-shaped head? We throw the truck.
Hey, why did Hey Arnold give him a look like he was a priest and the service just ended? Like, why am I still here?
Knuckles can just climb that mountain.
Right?
That's kind of his thing.
That's his whole shtick.
That Halo, wearing Timbs. They jump good in Halo.
Knuckles is wearing Timbs, bro.
Hey, take it easy. You're sounding like Max Crosby saying Knuckles. You got to can't stutter. I didn't say it. I swear. I didn't say it. I swear. I would never. Oh, would you?
Oh,
Gutsy call, sir.
smart thinking.
What? No, that's dumb thinking. He's not throwing Arnold.
Throw him.
Throw.
Hey, do you want an immunity idol?
Fuck you, Jeff Probst.
You can't throw a child at a wall.
Lattimore, shut your face.
Shut up.
What is this, a schmodown from fucking 2019? Cameron Diaz, that bitch. Jesus Christ, I thought we were respecting women, guys. I got in trouble in the same time when they were saying that, but I digress. Drew Barrymore, you didn't deserve that from a man with dementia.
Unless you prefer to freeze to death.
I'm not gonna throw a kid.
Not built for the moment, I see. Fine. I'll throw him.
The worst part about it, is you know this man did not have to go into wardrobe. You know this man has this from like 70 years ago.
Facts. I was gonna say, is that gonna be Aaron Rodgers get up opening day for the Jets next year?
It's that, and the fucking medical cart is definitely revved up, ready to go on the side of the field.
Stop.
And Creed's here.
I was saying,
Watch and learn.
hey, real quick, Creed or Nickelback? You can only get one.
Oh, you know what? Everybody, it was like everybody complains about Nickelback, but as soon as a fucking Nickelback song comes on the fucking jukebox at a bar, you're fucking singing the song. Like even if you don't want to, exactly.
There's a poor man Steve.
Why, man?
Tato's glad he's a white man.
Dang, he's cool. It's the 5th quarter, and we need a hole-in-one before the 7th inning stretch.
But what in the Malcolm Gold delay is that fucking?
No, I love the fact that he is just here and he is just going for it. All right.
I mean, that's what
he's doing side quests at this point.
After he didn't get nominated for Logan, I'm pretty sure he's like, "Fuck him, I don't care about nothing no more, dude. I'm alive."
Like, let me clown Tua. Let me tell Drew Barrymore to shut the fuck up. I got Lieutenant Dangle and Knuckles telling me to throw him.
Fucking Reno 911.
Be brave.
Hey, no, not the kiss. Father, is that you?
This commercial's great, bro. I told you this commercial in its entirety is great, dog.
Yeah, I definitely seen it, but like we're already halfway there.
Hike! Can you take me higher?
The fact that he's throwing a lefty better than Tua. And I'm an Alabama fan. That's how much I hate the Dolphins.
Stop.
Sorry,
Stop.
fuck you. Bro, why is Arnold such a mouth breather, dude? He's going up.
He just got yeeted. What are you talking about?
Exactly. He should be. Never mind. Swallow.
I just threw him higher. To the place where we won't freeze.
Tato, when did you have a cameo in this commercial, dude? Jeez.
Yeah.
I knew you liked
Why
Creed
is
more
Knuckles
than...
looking at that tattoo in respect, though?
Bro, he's like, boner garage. The good news.
He just threw me hard. I'm good.
So close.
Bro, what's the black kid's name? His friend
Gerald.
Gerald. Do you know how fucked up that would have been if that same exact situation, but was with Gerald and Patrick Stewart's 1920s Great Depression ass threw him up there? Yikes!
Stop.
I'm fucking with my holes.
Criticize.
Now, if there were only someone made of pigskin.
Bingo.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. I saw a meme and it was like, I just ordered a Peppa Pig cake and it literally just is a pig with a dick on the back of them. What is going on with this cake? No, yeah, the commercial pretty sure that was, I knew that's what it was. But yeah, it's like, if you're going to go there, go there. Like you're literally, what is the average price?
It used to be like $5 million for like a
Yeah.
10-second commercial or some shit. I'm looking it up right now. I'll be Jamie. I'll pull it up.
There you go.
Talk, fuckers.
But it's like it's one of those things. Regardless of what the price is, you got to think about if you're going to spend money, you either have to bring out the best product that's like to man, or you need to be memorable. And sometimes not, good's not always, memorable's not always good. I mean, no one's ever going to forget Trump, and people didn't love him. It's not always the best, but you're not going to forget. You know what I mean? You need to say some shit. You need to do some shit. And Patrick Stewart kissed a little. I mean, technically, Hey Arnold's what? When did Hey Arnold premiere? He's not that young. He just looks young. He's got that Benjamin Button or whatever.
So a 1-second commercial in the Super Bowl would cost you $233,000. The average cost was $4 million a decade ago for like essentially like a 10-second ad. Those prices have jumped 75%. So 40 seconds roughly. 40 seconds.
30 to a minute, best case. Well, how long was that? So that was the 2-minute version. What was the actual one that aired? How long was it? Do you remember?
45
Probably
seconds.
a 30 or 40. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like half of that. So it could have been up to, I think it was almost a minute long, but
so you said on average 6 million, you said?
7.
Oof. And that's
on average. And that's from Forbes. That's from Forbes.
Jesus.
Yeah, on average they spent $70 million on a 30-second commercial.
Jesus. So with that said, Tato, underrated, overrated, or perfectly rated, given the price, given the quality, and given just the concept?
Oh, the price is obviously bananas, absurd. There's no argument about that. But considering that as, or not considering that, I'd still say perfectly but yeah, in the grand scheme of reality, it's an absurd amount of wealth to be spending on things that are not necessary in reality at all.
I mean, what, 90% of the things that are in Super Bowl commercials, people are buying anyway. Do you really think it's going to inflate that much just from seeing it? It probably does, or else they wouldn't be doing it. But still,
yeah,
you're not going to go bankrupt otherwise, and you spending all that money is not helping your pockets. You're just going to
companies won't go bankrupt anyways because they'll just get a bailout from the fucking government because they hate socialism when it's for the fucking poor people, but they love it when it fucking subsidizes their fucking income losses. Fuck those people.
What are your thoughts on the commercials, Jay? Underrated, overrated, perfectly rated?
I think most of the commercials this year were mid. There were some that were great. Honestly, the teaser trailer, we talked about it a little bit, but that teaser trailer for Deadpool 3 made me want to go watch the trailer, but I already know I'm going to watch the movie. So that's
more of a political stand. You're like, I'm not watching it because I'm not watching it, versus I was intrigued by what I was shown. So I get what you're saying in terms of probably was good. And I did technically watch that, but like I said, not watching it. But that's more of me, a political stand. I'm I'm not watching trailers. Don't, because they fucking spoil everything.
I was also at work for a majority of the game. Actually, I was at work until just about overtime.
Make bank?
No, we sat around and watched the fucking Super Bowl. Because that's what everybody was doing on that day. Our store lost money because there were 3 people in it working when we could have just shut down at fucking 4 o'clock and been like, all right, everybody's watching the Super Bowl. We'll give everybody an extra 24 hours on their loans. And our company would have saved money. But no, they were like, fuck it. Let's just go ahead and, we've got people making $20 an hour on fucking, hourly here. And they're here for 10 hours a day. We made $250 and there were 3 people there. 10 hours a day times $20. That's $600 for 3 people, which means that we had a net loss in profit. It doesn't make business sense for the fucking store to be open on a day that nobody's going to be there. It doesn't take a fucking mathematician to be like, hey, if we lose $500 for the 5 stores that we have, every time that we do some shit like this, we're losing $2,500 on a single day. Why are you open on that day?
Business is going to business. All right. Well, I like that. I feel like we did good there. Got some life updates. Talked about Valentine's Day and talked about Super Bowl. By the way, I'm glad. I'm impartial in terms of like on the grand scheme of things, but I'm glad the Chiefs won. I like Mahomes. Like I don't care about either teams in the sense of pro, and I'm not anti either team. So just to get that out there,
I didn't want Sturdy Purdy to win though. I think Brock Purdy was a better fucking choice at QB than Jimmy Garoppolo. But like, hey, who am I? I'm not a goddamn head coach.
That's true. Tato, who are you rooting for, and are you glad of the result?
I was pulling for the Chiefs, but again, I'm not pro or against either team. Like I said, I'm kind of over it reading the whole conspiracy theories, and I knew that the Chiefs winning would not help that in any capacity.
They're hilarious.
It's awesome to watch greatness, and Patrick Mahomes is greatness. So,
did you guys speaking of Super Bowl and just really weird shit? Did you see the guy who placed a bet on there being a streaker at the Super Bowl and then flew to the Super Bowl, bought a ticket, and was the streaker on the field?
I knew it wasn't getting paid, but
I didn't know that. How much did he win?
He didn't.
He didn't. They're holding his funds because they were like, "Oh, well, you're the person." But there was another one. Apparently, there were two.
How much would you about
20 grand.
I mean, it's not a bad bet.
No, it's not a bad bet. It's really not. But like, he would have won 20 grand. Apparently, I'm not saying that it's true. I haven't really looked into it. But like, he bet 10 grand. His line was, if there is a streaker, he would have doubled his money, and he flew and became the streaker. Like, hey, okay. I think your best bet is fly there with a buddy and have your buddy be the streaker.
Yeah.
Like, well, you got to think about the security of the Super Bowl versus like the security of just a regular ass game, though. I think one's a little higher. That's my only thing. And like, I also don't think that it's 100% real. It's just something that I saw and I thought it was funny as fuck.
You don't realize that everything's on the internet's true, Jay? Come on, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln told me that right after he fought some fucking vampires, bro. I heard that guy hunts vampires professionally.
I mean, you gotta, you know, when he's not kneeling down, fucking the. All right, so let's go. Let's wrap it up there. We did a great job. My name's Henry Confidential. That is Jake Taters. Any final thoughts, Jay? Where can I find you?
Twitch.tv/Loose Theron. That's LOOZTHERIN. That's where I do a majority of my shit. Obviously, I don't post a lot on social media. If you find me, don't follow me. I probably won't follow you back. Even on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Watch me play video games and talk shit. And watch me lose a whole bunch of weight so I can steal your fucking girl or fuck your parents because it's 2024 and that's the way we do shit around here, baby.
Exactly. Tato.
Lights Out Trivia. Give that a check out. We're doing all sorts of fun shit. Dill Pickle Movie Network. There's all sorts of fun.
The champ is here.
Facts. MCU shenanigans going on. And yeah, that wraps that up. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here as a regular. As a co-founder of this podcast. My name's Henry Confidential. Follow me on Letterboxd where I will be updating my top favorite movies of all time. That's the new name. Fuck you. And the horse you rode in on. My name's Henry Confidential. That is Jake Tato. That is Jay Burns. Crisscross applesauce. There they is. We out of here.